Today on FluTac, we talk about the Jarvis 9mm threaded barrel pistol for the Walther P99 on a FluTac Field Bang or Bust review. Stick around for another exciting episode of FluTac. Starts right now. Hello there, gunslingers, and welcome to another episode of FluTac. I'm your host, Instructor Flu, also known as the Faceless Gunslinger. And today we're going to review Jarvis Company's 9mm threaded barrel for the Walther P99. So let's talk a little bit about the barrel itself and a little about Jarvis Incorporation or company. So Jarvis has been around for roughly about 40 years, and they make custom barrels for a variety of pistols to include your 1911s, your 9 Berettas, and your Glocks. These are customized high-performance pistols or barrels for your pistols that they make from there. That uses, I think at least this one uses a 4140 heat-treated steel for the particular barrel. As you can see right here too as well, they come in different colors. For me, I decided to go with the copper, but at least for the Walther P99, it comes in 4 different colors. One's black, silver, gold, and copper, which is the one I have here. Didn't want anything too flashy, so the reason I went with the copper is because I like the contrast for my Walther P99 final edition that we have here too as well. The barrels themselves are actually button rifle and barreling for the barrels, and even though the Walther P99 has originally a 4-inch barrel, this version right here is a 4.5 with, as you guys can see, a threaded barrel here too as well. Once again, we are on a hot and live range, and I have not shot this beautiful barrel yet, so I don't know how it's going to perform. I don't know how it's going to actually act. So you guys will be here live and be able to see the reactions and see when I put my very first rounds through of this to go ahead and make sure that it's actually an operational weapon and see how the barrel performs. So stick around for that. So just a little bit of comparison. As you guys can see right here, this is the regular Jarvis barrel that's been a custom barrel that's been put in here too as well. And just on face value, it looks very, very beautiful. Hope you guys get in there and kind of see the breech too as well from there as well. So here's that. And for comparison, here's my standard Walther P99 barrel. So it's a little bit harder to tell, but this is roughly about 4 inches. It's roughly, I'm sorry, a half an inch shorter, and it'll go by right there and things like that. I'm going to point these down. Once again, these are safe weapons, even though we're on a hot range. If you guys can maybe see, this is the regular barrel for the Walther P99. Beautiful, nice and smooth. And here's the one for the Jarvis. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So once again, I haven't shot this yet. I'm very impressed the way that it looks so far. Hopefully performs pretty well. And for me, the reason why I decided to actually start looking for this and came across Jarvis is because the Walther P99, once again, its final edition right here, this is going to be the last series of the pistols, and I really wanted to have the opportunity to have it. I like having backup parts so I can use this weapon. This particular pistol is my EDC, or concealed carry, and I absolutely love this pistol, comparable to a Glock 19. Some of the things I just noticed so far with the barrel, since the original Walther P99 barrel is roughly about 4 inches, once again, this is about 4.5 inches. The Walther P99, generally speaking, is a pretty light firearm, but adding the barrel, you can definitely feel the extra weight a little bit here, particularly if you guys look here with the threaded barrel. It does add a little bit of weight, but nothing a little bit too crazy there as well. And once I said it, this is just looking at it, is very appealing to the eyes, as people would say, and it's something I really, really like. So Like I said, I haven't shot this yet. We're going to shoot it right now here live. We'll put roughly around 60 to 75 rounds through it and see how she performs. So if you guys are ready, make sure you grab your eyes, grab your ears, because it is time to go live here on FluTac in our field banger bust review with the Walther P99 custom Jarvis barrel. Let's go loud. All right, gunslingers, like I said before, I have never shot this. So this is going to be the first shot through the Jarvis barrel. I have no idea how it's going to perform. So far, it actually looks pretty good. So let's see if I actually shoot. So for our first test, like I said, never been shot before, so we're doing this live. I don't know how it's going to perform. We're just going to take standard 115 grain 9mm ammunition from a 15-round magazine that was for the Walther P99, and let's just see how it cycles. Let's go ahead. Let's go loud. Nice. All right, 15 rounds, steady fire, locks back, no issues so far. Once again, first time shooting this. Good job. No issues at all. Next up, let's go ahead and try a rapid fire. All right, now we're going to try the rapid fire test. 15 rounds, use a standard Walther magazine. Let's see how she does. Beautiful. Absolutely no malfunctions. Fed flawlessly. Looking good. Not too bad. Finishing is still pretty good. No issues there. And we'll take this apart afterwards to see how she actually does. So, good job so far. Very impressed. All right, for the next test, we're going to put a little bit of Mother Earth and cover her up. See how she performs. See if there's induces any stoppages. All right, here we go. Shake her off a little bit. Let's see how she shoots. Nice. Once again, absolutely no issues with the performance. Lock back open too as well. Really good job. So far, really impressed. So you've been counting so far. It's been 15 rounds of 9mm, 115 grain. Let's go see how she looks and does on paper. All right, we're roughly about 70 yards. Let's go see how we do. See if we get a couple there on the black, and let's go see what happens. We got about 15 rounds, so let's go check it out. Let's go loud. All right, she locks open. Let's go ahead and take a look at the target. All right, not too bad. Obviously, the barrel is probably a lot more accurate than I can shoot it still, but pretty good. We got them in there, and it looks pretty good. All right, gunslingers. So far, the Jarvis has been performing exceptionally well inside my Walther P99 Final Edition 9mm pistol. For our last test, we're going to now go ahead and see how it performs against liquid-filled targets. We still have about 15 rounds left. This will be a total of about 75 rounds that we put through our new Jarvis 9mm barrel, threaded barrel with a once again 4.5 inch in length. Let's see how she does. Once again, let's get some liquid filled targets. Let's go loud. We got some good jump in there. God, I love this country and the Second Amendment. Beautiful. Once again, this is really good performance. No issues, no hiccups. At least about 75 rounds out of the Jarvis 9mm barrel. Let's go ahead, get this all disassembled. We'll talk a little more and give you my final review. Stick around. All right, gunslingers, we are done. And wow, so far the Jarvis has performed exceptionally well. Once again, I have not shot that. What you saw was the first time I shot it once again, so the results were a surprise to me. Quite frankly, I was expecting, I've owned a lot of pistols and firearms in my time and careers. I was expecting some type of hiccup just because it's a new barrel, and a lot of times you just got to get it kind of worn in and stuff like that, but it did extremely well. So let's go ahead and take it apart. I just want you guys to see, good there, YouTube land, that we do have a clear weapon, magazine's out, so let's disassemble it. See how she looks, see if there's any major scuffings or anything like that on the barrel. Let's go take a look at that. Gotta remove the thread here to get it through the slide. All right. Feels forever, I don't know how it is for you guys up there, but okay, there we go. Come on, there we go. All right, perfect. So, all right. So once again, we shot roughly about 75 rounds through this thing for the first time. I'm going to give you guys a chance to look through a YouTube land. I don't know if you can see that very well. So it's a little bit dirty, obviously. Put it through its pacings. I'm looking here, right here. To my surprise, I don't see any markings or scuff marks yet, which I kind of thought that I would, just because of the mating and stuff like that. The finish is, once again, it's only 75 rounds, but the finish itself is held up pretty dang good as well. Oh, never mind. So one correction, there is a little bit of a scuff mark back here on the bottom of the barrel where it kind of fits into the slide down there. As you guys, I don't know if you guys can maybe see that, a little bit of the white there and pitting. Nothing for me to be concerned about from there. But most of the barrel looks pretty good. Definitely need to give her a good cleaning though. As you can see, she's pretty dirty. O-ring's still pretty tight too as well. Yeah, looks pretty good. Like I said, I mean, I'd love to see how it look after a lot more round counts, a couple hundred rounds I put through it, just to see how she looks. But yeah, it doesn't look too bad at all. So let's go ahead and put this back together and give you my final review. All right, this is the final review for FluTac's filled bang or bust review. So as you guys just saw, we did our initial shots with the Jarvis barrel, 9mm, and what does it come down to? Let's talk about some things I like and some things that aren't a problem, but you should be aware of as a new, if you're trying to get one of these barrels. First of all, I love the customization. I love the way that it looks. For me, just to having the different options, your different looking barrels are really, really good and solid. So far, reliability straight out the box has been absolutely phenomenal. As you can see, this was brand new, never been shot before. We threw dirt on it. We did rapid fire, slow fire, all those things you can do. Pretty accurate, like I said. Probably could shoot a lot more accurately with more practice with this, and just change the point of aim on impact. And I bring it on me, but not self. But the rounds were in there where I needed to, especially for EDC or a combat type of situation. So really impressed with that. Now for this barrel too, if you wanted to, you could get it custom fitted for your particular pistol that you have, for your Walther, for your 1911, whatever you have. This was a drop-in fitted barrel for me, so I don't know if that makes too much of a difference in its ability to have a little more accuracy, but for me, it worked extremely well for it as well. And like I said, reliability, accuracy, everything is on point for me so far that I actually like. The only things I can say about it is that if you do purchase this, for me, for the Walther P99 and everything, you're talking about roughly $300. So that's almost half the price of the Walther P99 pistol itself. So depending on your budget, that might be out the budget for other people from there. And Walther P99 is kind of a niche firearm now, I would say, even though I absolutely love it, as you guys can see, as you guys can tell by my YouTube channel. It's something that I really, really do like. Only thing I'd say too about, well, that if you're a person who can't wait to get your new accessory, new toy or addition to your pistol, it might take you roughly about it took me roughly a little more than I think than a month to get this, because I think these are all made from scratch, if I'm correct, for the barrels. So, and if you do a drop-in fit or custom fitted, it might take even longer, but it was well worth the wait. So without a doubt, in my personal opinion, if you had to ask me, was this a banger or a bust? In this field review, Gunslingers, this is a banger. This is absolutely great. I think Jarvis did a good job. Like I said, I didn't hear about them for roughly about 2 months ago. I love the way it looks. Performance is good, and I have no problem taking this as my primary CHTF pistol, or like it is right now, my everyday carry. So good job, Jarvis, on your pistol or your barrels. Really, really impressed. I definitely think it's worth the money and the wait. So guys, that's all I have, and I want to say thank you guys for the support, especially from all the people on Northwest Firearms. You have no idea. No idea. I mean, there's conversations that we have. Sometimes people get angry and stuff like that, but that's why I love this country, and that's why I love the community, because we can have these conversations and stuff like that. I do not get any endorsements from anybody. This is not a paid or funded channel at all. I just love firearms and share my passion with you, and just let you have the opportunity to go out there and look at these things and review them just like you do anybody else. So with that being said, Gunslingers, thank you once again for your support. Sorry about some of the videos. I'm still learning as a new tuber, as you can say, or gun tuber, when it comes down to it. Every video I make, I try to get a little bit better. So with that being said, just make sure you do something for me. Make sure that you shoot straight, make sure you shoot safe, and do not be a victim.